Examiner was just a nurse. He refused to look at half of the medical evidence I brought in. So examiner was just a nurse. This happens. It's called a qualified medical professional. So it wasn't just a nurse, most likely. It was probably a nurse practitioner. Other qualified medical professionals are some social workers and mental health claims, PAs, physician's assistants, and then obviously MD doctors, medical doctors. So they are going to send you to somebody that the VA determines is a qualified medical professional. So what they are, whether they're a nurse practitioner, a PA, or an MD, that doesn't matter. Proving your claim matters. So he refused to look at half the medical evidence you brought in. So when you file your claim, that's when you prove your claim with the medical evidence. If you file a claim and then you don't feel good about it a month later, and then you get the C&P exam 3 months later, and you're like, oh, I better bring the Nexus in now. They don't have to look at that. They don't have to look at it at all. They're not hired to look at paperwork that you bring in. That's why we do that up front. I hope this clears this part up for you. You bring the medical evidence up front, and that's when you file the claim, right? So it's in a packet. Adding on to the packet, making changes to the packet, that, it may or may not happen, but don't plan on that happening. Legally, the VA doesn't have to change anything. Hey, Craig, here's the way you submit your claim. I don't care what you bring in over here. We're going with the claim you submitted because that's the legal process. So bring in stuff to your C&P exam, but remember, your job is to go talk about your symptoms, and this thing may be over in 2 minutes. I wouldn't spend much time bringing medical evidence in. What's that look like anyway, right? If you don't know what a current diagnosis, current symptoms, and a Nexus looks like, and you bring in 50 pages, he's just not going to read it. Nobody's going to read that. So, keep that in mind. And I'm kind of going back and forth with this comment because I want to give some context and my thoughts. Let me jump in here real quick and tell you about my boot camp. If you want to learn more about the VA claims process, check out my boot camp. You can talk to me live. There's a link on the website. And in the description, combatcraig.com. And also, if you need medical evidence like a Nexus or documenting your symptoms properly, go to our website, combatcraig.com, and it says medteam/Nexus letters. Click on that link, fill out the form, boom, you're done.